Hey y'all, this is Army Wife Knitting Life podcast. I'm Jessica, your host, and I just wanted to let you know you can contact me or find me on Instagram as Armywifeknittinglife or on Ravelry as Armywifeknitlife. Though if you're wanting to talk to me, Instagram is definitely the way to go since I'm on there much more often, even though I don't always post. I am on there at least 3 times a day just to look, because that's the best place to get enabled, especially around the holidays. Today is Vlogmas Day 3. Yay! There will not be singing today because my throat is exhausted and sore from, we've had a lot of wind here lately, and I was out and about shopping and trying to fight through crowds in Germany when there's Christmas markets. You're doing a lot of yelling, so no singing. We're going to keep it low-key and short today. So first off, I know you've seen that I had one Jack Frost sock done the other day. I now have 2. So as I said the other days, heels, toes, and cuffs are Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in the electric blue colorway, and the leg and foot are in the Jack Frost colorway from Bad Wolf Girl Studios. And they are both officially done. I just have to weave in the ends up top. I'm very excited about them. I can't wait to wear them after they block. So I have one pair of socks done, and they're definitely going to be entered into a few different sock cowls, I suppose. I'll definitely enter them in Yarn Hoarders, for all the House Elves cowl, and Honeybee Knits' her monthly sock knit along too. So that's my first thing I wanted to show you. I do have another pair ready to go and get on the needles. This is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in black for toes, heels, and cuffs. And this is Witch's Brew in the Felici line. So those are going to be getting started soon. Today's color, day 3, we have Chai. And the color is here. Look at those beautiful, beautiful pops of color. I love them. Very excited. So far we have Peppermint Schnapps. We have Thankful. And we have Chai. 3 colors down, 21 more to go for some minis, and then 1 full skein. Oh boy! So today's fun fact for Christmas stuff is in the States, you all know how Santa gives presents to good boys and girls, and he gives coal in their stockings to the bad boys and girls. Well, in Germany, it works a little differently. You have Saint Nicholas, who is, of course, in charge of the good children, and he comes on the 6th, actually. And then Santa himself comes on Christmas Eve. But for the most part, he sends his Saint Nicholas to come and visit a little bit early so that good children can be rewarded for their good behavior throughout the year. And then you have Krampus for the bad boys and girls. Now, Krampus can do a few different things. He can be kind of scary, depending on how brave you are. He has horns, he's furry, and on December 6th, which is St. Niklaus Day here, or St. Niklaus Tage, since it's German, you will have a Krampuslauf, which is a Krampus run. He'll come to all the towns within Germany and Austria. He'll come to Czech Republic, Croatia, Hungary and Slovenia, and actually parts of Italy too. He only likes Europe. He doesn't like the States very much because Santa has it covered. But what he'll do is he'll come and he'll see all the boys and girls, and he'll find the bad ones. He sniffs them out. And he can start to chase you if you're really bad, trying to get you into a sack to take you away. If you're still redeemable, he might come up and he'll give you a stern talking to. He'll give you a piece of coal and say you have until Christmas Eve to change your ways. And then we are going to, and if you don't listen, no presents from Santa. So that's kind of how it works here. It's a little different. And I'm actually really excited. We're going to go see the Krampus run this year. It's in 3 days. Pretty excited. And then following that, we have a holiday Christmas party 2 days later. And that's for the Hubs' work. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to make. I normally bake things. However, I've done sea salt chocolate chip cookies for his office a lot lately just because they're fast for me. And they're kind of what I'm known for. So currently I am debating between doing some chocolate crinkles, some Oreo balls, or black bottom cupcakes. And for those that don't know, an Oreo ball is pretty much crushed up Oreos with cream cheese, and you dip it in chocolate. And I always, at least at Christmas time, I will sprinkle on Christmas colored sprinkles, or I'll crush up a candy cane on the top so you get a little bit of mint. You can also do it, if you're going to do it that way, you use mint Oreos instead of regular Oreos if you want. And a black bottom cupcake is a chocolate cake that has cream cheese and chocolate chips in it. And depending on the crowd, I like to add peanut butter chips in too. However, my mom is allergic to peanuts, so when I'm doing it for my family, I tend to not leave them in the recipe. I take them out, or I'll do half and half. So I'll split the filling in half and make it in 2 separate bowls. That way she doesn't have to worry. And I always tip for those that do things like this, that have to worry about food allergies in their house like we do, is if you're doing baked goods, what I do, at least, because I think it's easier, if I know that there's a nut allergy or something that I purposefully leave out, then when I do my cupcakes, all of the ones that have one color wrapper are going to have all of the allergens in it, and ones on the other wrapper, I typically do just like a plain white wrapper, nothing fancy. So it's easy to remember, and you don't worry about, okay, did I do the polka dots for no peanuts, or did I have the plaid? There's no concern. If you have a plain white wrapper versus a big, bright, colorful wrapper, it's easy to determine. That's just my tip. I deal with food allergies a lot between my mom, my sister, and my sister-in-law, who she can't have a lot of foods. And then I also have a lot of food allergies too, so I'm used to dealing with it. But for those that are new or not quite used to it, that's a great helpful hint for getting started. So that's holiday baking coming up. I do know for sure I have to do gingerbread coming up soon. My babcia, she sent me the recipe for our family gingerbread men about a month ago, and she surprised me. She stuck it in a box at the bottom with a bunch of care things. Like, it's hard for us to get Vicks Vapor Rub here, so she was sending us a bunch of that. She was sending us some pretty napkins because they're sized differently here in Germany, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you're laying out a table with your special set of china, you want to have the napkins fit your china and your silverware. So she was sending me a bunch of little things like that. And at the bottom, there was a gingerbread man candle. And there was a Ziploc bag that had a piece of paper in it. And I didn't even think about it. I just saw the candle and went, oh, that's cute. And she said, told me to look under it because I was FaceTiming her. And she said that you need to look at the paper, Jessica. And I was like, okay, I'll get there. Hold your horses. And I wasn't thinking about it. I was just looking at everything. And then she goes, no, you need to look now. There's a reason why your gingerbread candle is in there. And there was this cute little note on it. And it said, since you're baking on your own now, I figured you could finally use the recipe. Make it for all of your friends and family. And then she put a little postscript on the bottom. And it said, remember, don't eat the raw dough. Because, I love cookie dough, but I don't eat gingerbread dough. Not the same. But it's a recipe that we spent years trying to figure out because we like them chewy and not hard. We like them a little more cakey, and we like them with a little extra spice. And some people like them a little more mild. So it took a little tweaking, and so we'd finally come up with our perfect recipe. And she said she was never going to share it until she felt I was ready and my mother was ready. And my mother never cooks gingerbread men anyway. Although she's more of a cook than she's a baker, and I'm a baker instead of a cook. So I finally got this and I read it, and I was FaceTiming with her because she's in San Diego, so it works really nicely for time differences for us. And I just started to cry because I missed home so much, and it was the sweetest thing. I posted about it on Instagram, and I think it's still the sweetest thing that's happened for my family since I got here. So it was something little. It's a recipe. It's not a big deal for a lot of people, but it was special for me because we had spent so many years working on it, just the two of us. So I plan on making those very soon because I have friends coming from the States to spend Christmas with us from Louisiana. And so one has never left the country before, and his boyfriend is my friend. And I'm meeting the one that's never left the country before for the first time. But my friend Colby is from Louisiana, and he's only seen snow once or twice in the States because he's always been in the South. And we are going to go over everywhere. He's been to Europe before. He visits a few other friends that we have here frequently. So he's excited. We're going to go to Prague. And those are our Christmas plans. I know it's kind of stream of consciousness for Vlogmas, but it is what it is, and I don't mind. Ignore my face. It is getting kind of late here in Germany. So I'm already in my pajamas. My hair is up and ready for bed after being up all day. So have a great night. And remember, do what makes your heart sing. For me, that's 2 sticks and string. Bye, y'all.